Hello everyone and welcome to a new video dedicated to our beloved Snoopy and the world of Peanuts. This Peanuts strip from January 18th, 1951 shows Shermie and Patty dealing with a typically winter activity, a sled ride, something that on paper should be simple, immediate, almost inevitably fun. At first, everything appears light, spontaneous. Without complications, there's that sense of genuine enthusiasm that accompanies small, everyday adventures. The characters move within a familiar, recognizable situation, constructed to suggest a predictable, calm outcome. But within just a few panels, something more subtle happens. Schulz doesn't force the scene. He doesn't introduce extraordinary events. He simply shifts the trajectory. And so, what seemed like a moment of pure enjoyment slowly turns into a small, quiet disappointment. It's an extremely precise narrative structure, almost mathematical. First, the expectation is built, calmly, without haste. Then the enthusiasm is fed, step by step, allowing the reader to align with what the characters are experiencing. And finally, reality arrives, not dramatic, not striking, but enough to contradict everything that had been suggested up to that point. And it is precisely in this gap, minimal yet clear, between what we expect and what actually happens that the deeper meaning of the strip emerges. In the first panel, Patty is sitting on the snow, motionless. Her hands resting on her knees, her gaze fixed straight ahead. In front of her, Shermie remains just as still, his eyes turned toward her. He doesn't move, doesn't speak, only the silence between them long, evident, almost tangible in the rhythm of their breathing. Patty breaks the stillness. Her voice comes out clear, calm, measured. She suggests a simple idea, cleared a sled ride. The idea lingers between them, as if floating in the air. There is no rush, no movement. The scene remains static, a long pause, a moment between before and after. Time seems to slow down. Every breath, every small gesture, every slight movement carries more weight. Shermie listens, stays still. He doesn't react immediately. There's no burst, no dramatic gesture. Just a focused, attentive gaze, observing, thinking, leaving space for the idea to remain there suspended for one more moment before anything begins to move. In the second panel, Shermie stands up, slowly. He feels every muscle awakening, his posture shifts, and his body begins to move, to come alive. He starts to imagine the scene. He sees them running through the fresh snow, white, untouched. Fast, light, free. The world around them seems suspended, as if time had stopped. This is where imagination takes over. Shermie is no longer focused on the present. The present becomes a distant echo. He is already elsewhere, inside his mind, where every possibility exists, where every choice opens new worlds, and every step carries him farther, toward places only imagination can reach. Patty remains seated, still, rooted in the here and now, concrete. The contrast is clear. She proposes, he explores. She observes, attentive. He looks, absorbed. Between them, a subtle space opens, tense, vibrating, an invisible thread connecting reality and imagination. A space where everything seems possible, where every breath becomes a bridge between what is and what could be, where reality and imagination barely touch, and you can almost feel the tremor. In the third panel, Shermie continues to build his fantasy, slowly, piece by piece, with attention, with care, every gesture measured, every thought alive with energy. He laughs, he sings, he enjoys himself, completely absorbed in what he is creating within. Now, he is fully immersed in the mental image, surrounded by colors that dance, by sounds that brush against him, by movements that seem to breathe with him. There is no longer any distance between reality and imagination, no boundary. Everything seems to merge into a single flow, soft and powerful at the same time. And together, they begin to move, to run, to let the body follow the mind, without hesitation. Every step is an echo of what Shermie has already seen within himself. Every gesture a reflection of the scene he imagined, perfect, inevitable, as if everything were already written, already lived. But here, this is the crucial point. All this enthusiasm, all this energy is born even before the real experience has begun to take shape. It is as if imagination anticipates reality, as if the future could already be lived, already felt, already breathed, as if time itself bends, allowing imagination to touch what is yet to happen. And you, as you listen, can almost feel it, you can almost see it, you can almost move with them, because in that moment, every boundary fades, and all that remains is wonder, pure, alive, endless. In the fourth panel, reality arrives sudden sharp. Shermie finds himself pulling the sled. Patty is sitting on top calm, amused. There is no running, no singing, no magic. Shermie immediately realizes that the situation is different from what he had imagined. The position is reversed. He is not living the experience, he is facilitating it. Every gesture, every step forces him to focus on the present, on the weight of the sled, on the movement of his feet on the snow, and not on what he had envisioned. Patty laughs softly, watching him, steady, still, while Shermie pulls, step by step, and becomes aware of the difference between what he had imagined and what actually happens. The final line comes through, clear, simple, lucid. This didn't go the way I expected. There is no drama, no disappointment, just acknowledgement. Reality stands before him, clear, concrete, and Shermie accepts it as it is.
If you enjoyed yourself, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and activate the little bell to stay updated, and see you next, friends.